Hello. Today I'm going to be demonstrating an app called Samsung Kids. And you probably already guessed, but I need to start off by saying that you can only get this app on Samsung devices, whether it be a phone or a tablet. And you can download this from the Samsung Galaxy Store. The link will be in the description or show notes. And you can install it on any Samsung device running any version of One UI. I have it installed on two of my A series tablets that have One UI Core, so you don't have to worry about it not working on One UI Core devices. And what this app is it's basically a launcher for your kid. So you can use it in one of two ways, and I use it in both ways. If you have a device for your child, like my son has a tablet, you could just use this as the launcher permanently on that device. I mean, obviously you can get out of it and go back to the regular launcher and do regular things on that device when you need to. But if you put it in Samsung Kids, it will stay in Samsung Kids until you, as the adult, leave Samsung Kids either by putting in a PIN or using biometrics. So you can have it be a launcher on a device, or you could just have it be a temporary launcher on your phone if you're out and your kid needs something to distract them. You're at a restaurant, they're not behaving, and you just want to put a YouTube Kids video in front of them for a second, and you don't want them to leave that and go do other things on your phone. You can I have this in my quick settings, and I just double tap on Kids in my quick settings, and puts it in that launcher, and I can just hand my phone over, and I don't have to worry about him doing anything on my phone that he shouldn't be doing. And there's really no way to get out of Samsung Kids without the PIN or the biometrics. So you don't have to worry about them going to the notification shade. It doesn't let you go to the notification shade. If you get pop-up notifications, they don't show on the screen, so they can't interact with those. The only exception is if you get a phone call, they will see it and they can answer it. But obviously, if it's on a tablet, then you don't have to worry about that. And even if you restart the phone while it's in Samsung Kids, it will come back up into Samsung Kids. So there's really no way to get out of it without permission. I've already cleared the data for Samsung Kids so that you can see what the first run experience is like. I'm going to open it.
Samsung Kids.
So this is what we have.
Samsung Kids. Safe. A safe phone environment for your child will be ready in a moment. Fun. Cute, fun characters will help your child through the Samsung Kids world. Variety. There's a lot of fun and educational content for your child to explore. Checked. Add Samsung Kids to the app screen. Checkbox.
So this will put it in your app drawer. I'm going to uncheck this because I already have it in my quick settings.
Not checked. Add Samsung Kids to the app screen. Checkbox. Next button.
Hitting next.
Samsung Kids. A safe place for kids. Set up a space just for your child with only the apps you allow. Locking prevents your child from switching to the regular phone environment. Selected page 1 of 3. Button.
So that was page 1.
Not selected page 2 of 3. Button.
Let's go to page 2.
Selected page 2 of 3. Build healthy digital habits. Help your child learn how to manage time and to know when to switch off by setting a screen time limit and bedtime that your child can check.
And now I'm going to swipe to the left with 2 fingers to go to page 3.
Selected page 3 of 3. Apps designed for kids. Grow logical thinking skills with Crocro's Adventure, boost creativity with Lisa's Music Band, and much more.
And at the bottom we have
Continue button.
Continue. I'm going to hit that.
Samsung Kids. Allow Samsung Kids to send you notifications. Allow button.
I'm going to allow that.
Home screen for Samsung Kids. Not installed. Crocro's Friends. Village. Samsung Kids turned on.
I don't know that allowing notifications is necessary. As you heard, it just said Samsung Kids turned on. That was probably the notification. I don't know that that's necessary for the app to function. But now we're on the home screen, and there's a few things here by default. You heard the first one read already. I'm going to swipe right.
Not installed. Leases. Music band.
Now, as you can see, some of these, actually all of these, I think, will say not installed.
Not installed. My Magic Voice.
And these are basically recommendations of kids' apps you can get from the Samsung Galaxy Store. And if you double tap on them, it'll take you to the store to download it.
Not installed. Crocrose. Adventure. Not installed. My browser.
And I think that's all that's on the home screen by default, excluding the dock. So I'm going to swipe right.
Content page. Button.
If I hit that, it'll take me to the recommended content page, which is to the left. So I could either double tap here or I could swipe right with 2 fingers. But I'm just going to go to the next item.
Page 1 of 1. Current page.
That's what's selected. So swiping right again, it should take me to the dock.
My phone.
Now this I do have installed. It's my phone,
My camera.
my camera,
My gallery.
and my gallery. And these apps you can go in and customize. So for example, my phone, there's no contacts in there by default, and they can't just dial random numbers. So you have to add the contacts you want them to be able to call. And they can't call anybody other than those people. The camera app is just a basic camera that they could take pictures or videos with, and it has some silly effects they could do to play around with. And then you heard the third thing is the gallery, where that's where it will save all the pictures and videos that they take, and it stores it in a separate place from your photos and videos you take as the grown-up. And of course, they only have access to that folder unless you change that. So this is a very basic launcher. You can, with TalkBack enabled, you double tap to open any app. With it turned off, you just tap on the app to open it. And you can't tap and hold, drag them. There's no long pressing to get options. I mean, it's very basic. All they could do is open the apps. And they can't get to, I mentioned this earlier, they can't get the notification shade. So if I do the notification shade TalkBack gesture, nothing happens. If I swipe down from the top with 2 fingers, nothing is happening. Can't get there. So in order to back out completely of Samsung Kids, the easiest way is to just go to the home screen by doing the home gesture or pressing the home button, and then backing out from there either with a gesture or button. And it will ask you for your PIN or fingerprint to take you to your regular home screen. So I'm going to do the back gesture.
Settings. Scan your fingerprint.
So it asks for your biometrics to get out of here, and that will take you to your regular home screen. But I'm going to hit back again to
Home
go,
screen for Samsung Kids.
because I don't really want to leave. And so now we're on the first item at the top. I'm going to swipe left.
More options. Button.
Now we're at the more options at the top right. And if you open this, this is where you can do your grown-up things.
Pop-up window. Change wallpaper button.
You can change your wallpaper.
Change wallpaper. Home screen preview regular wallpaper background.
So you have,
Not selected wallpaper colors red. Not selected wallpaper colors orange.
you have a bunch of solid colors you can pick from. And then of course, if you want to, you can do a specific photo. So very simple wallpaper interface. Backing out.
Home screen for Samsung Kids. More options. Button.
Let's see what's next.
Pop-up window. Change wallpaper button. Emergency call button.
Emergency call. This will bring up the dialer. So if for whatever reason somebody who's stuck in Samsung Kids, whether it be a kid or not, if they want to call emergency services, they can. You still have to dial 911 or whatever your emergency number is in your area, but this will bring up the dialer to let you do that.
Parental controls button.
Now let's see what the parental controls are.
Scan your fingerprint. Verify your identity. Use your biometric to continue. Settings. Allow Samsung Kids to access your contacts. Allow. Button.
I'm going to allow this stuff.
Parental controls. Set profile.
As you noticed, it asked for my biometrics. Anytime you do something parental, it will ask for that. So it didn't ask for it for the wallpaper, so the kid can go in there and change their own wallpaper if they want to. Now, this first item,
Set profile.
if you want to go in there and give your kid an avatar, a name, put in their birthday, this is where you would go to do all that. Going down.
6 meters, 6 meters more than yesterday.
This is usage.
App usage during regular time 6 meters. Others. 6 meters. Screen time. Tap here to set a goal.
This is where you can set how long you want them to be able to be in here. So if you have this as the launcher on their tablet, you can say, I only want them to use it for a certain amount of time every day.
Set screen time goal. Navigate up. Button. Set screen time goal. Off switch.
And turn this on.
On. Selected. Same every day. Radio button.
So you can have it the same every day, or you can have it different on different days. So if you want them to be able to get more time on the weekends, you can do that.
Not selected. Set goals for each day of the week. Radio button. Selected. Radio button. 15 mins. Not selected. Radio button. 30 mins. Not selected. Radio button. 1 hour.
I'm going to do 1 hour because it's easier, and hopefully this demo will not go longer than an hour. But the next item is custom, and you can select any amount of time you want, hours and minutes.
Selected. Not selected. Radio button. Custom.
Now I'm going to back out of here.
Parental controls. Screen time. Goal, 1 hour used 6 meters.
So I've used it for 6 minutes, although it says meters, and I have an hour. So next item.
Bedtime. View more. Button. Tap here to set.
Let's set a bedtime.
Samsung Kids. 0, 18, 6, 12, 10 o'clock p.m., 7 o'clock a.m., 10 o'clock p.m., 7 o'clock a.m., sleep time 9 hours.
So I'm going to leave the defaults. It's bedtime starts at 10 and stops at 7.
Sunday checkbox.
Check which days you want it to apply. And I'm going to just check all of them real quick.
Check. Not check. Monday check. Not check. 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 Check. Title. Edit box.
Then you can give it a title if you want to, but I'm going to skip that.
Cancel. Button. Save. Button.
Hitting save.
Parental controls. From 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. next day.
Okay, so next we have,
Frequently contacted. No calls yet.
you can see their call history.
My kids' creations. No creations yet.
You can see what they've created, whether it be musics in the music app or taking pictures and videos.
Apps. 8 apps.
That's how many apps we have installed on the launcher.
Off allowed apps after time limit switch.
So this will let you exclude certain apps from the time limits. So if you have like an app that they use for like sleep sounds or something, you can exclude that app so that it doesn't cut them off at bedtime or doesn't use up their allotted usage for the day.
Off switch.
Leaving that off.
Contacts. 0 contacts.
Here's where you would add contacts. You can do it here or you can do it in the phone app itself. Of course, either way, you have to put your biometrics in or a PIN if you've set up a PIN for the app.
Media. 0 images, 0 videos.
You can add media for them, so if there are videos on your phone or tablet that you want them to have access to, you can add them here. Or you can do it from the gallery app, just like I mentioned about the phone.
Music. 0 tracks.
And then same for music. If you want them to have music, you can add the tracks here.
More apps for kids.
Now this is what I mentioned earlier is to the left of the home screen. So if you swipe right with 2 fingers, it'll take you to basically it's like a recommended content page. So I'm actually going to turn that off because I don't like them having access to that. It just makes them want more things.
On swipe right for more content. Show partner content when you swipe right from the Samsung Kids home screen switch.
Yeah, so basically advertisements. I'm going to turn that off.
Swipe right for more content. Navigate up. Button. Swipe right for more content. On. Switch.
So this is where you would turn it off.
Off.
Now, had you left it on, there's another option.
On show recommended apps. Switch. Disabled.
That is now disabled because I turned it off, but if you just wanted to turn off recommended apps, you could do that instead. And that's everything that's in the parental controls section, so I'm going to back out.
Parental controls. Off. Swipe right for more content. Show partner content when you swipe right from the Samsung Kids home screen switch.
And I'm going to back out again.
Home screen for Samsung Kids. More options. Button.
Now let's see what else we have in more options.
Pop-up window. Change wallpaper button. Emergency call button. Parental controls button. Add and edit apps button.
Here we can add and edit apps, so you can customize the home screen here. I'm going to show you how.
Scan your fingerprint. Verify my camera.
So now we're on the editable home screen, and while you can't use actions, this still is accessible, so you can double tap, hold, and drag to rearrange icons. So I'll show you.
Crocrose Friends. Village.
Double tap, hold.
Pop-up window. Crocrose Friends Village. Drag started. Crocrose Friends. Village. Move to row 1 column 1. Add and edit apps. Unlabeled. Crocrose Friends. Village. Move to row 2 column 1. Item moved. Leases. Music band.
So it's a little slow in telling you where you are currently dragging it, but it does tell you. So if you're patient, just wait, and you'll hear the confirmation that you are where you want to be, and then you can let go. Also, if you long press one,
My Magic Voice. Pop-up window. My Magic Voice. Delete.
this is how you can delete.
Add and edit apps.
I'm actually
Crocrose.
going to delete
Adventure.
all of these.
Leases. Pop-up, delete. Add and edit apps. Crocrose. Pop, delete. Add and edit apps. My browser.
So this My Browser, before I delete it, I'll tell you what it is. You can specify certain websites that you want them to be able to access, and they can only access those websites and links on those websites that keep them in that domain. So they can't leave those websites.
Pop-up window. Delete. Button. Add and edit apps. Crocrose Friends. Village. Pop, delete. Button. Add and edit apps. Page 1 of 1. Current page.
So now I have nothing on my home screen with the exception of the dock where I have the phone, camera, and gallery apps. So I'll show you how to add apps near the top right.
Add button.
Hit the add button.
Check app content beforehand. Before migrating any apps to Samsung Kids, please ensure to check that the application and its content, including its respective service and privacy terms, are appropriate for your child.
So in other words, it's just warning you, whatever apps you put here, your kid will be able to use.
Okay. Button.
So make sure they're good apps.
Samsung Kids. Nothing selected. Double tap. Search. Edit box.
Luckily, there's a search, so I'll just add one app here to keep this short, but you can add multiple apps at one time.
Search. Showing Braille keyboard. Disney. Disney. Keyboard hidden. Not checked. Disney Coloring World. Checkbox.
Well, let's add two.
Checked. Disney Coloring World. Checkbox. Not checked. Disney Plus. Checkbox.
So those are my two Disney
Checked.
apps.
Disney Plus. Checkbox.
Then at the bottom right,
Add button.
or actually it's at the bottom center, you hit add.
Add and edit apps. Add button.
So now we have added two apps, and I've showed you how to move them already. You can have multiple pages just like a regular launcher if you want to. And the grid on this is 3x3. So the actual page will have 9 apps on it. And then there's a dock at the bottom that can hold 3 apps. And of course, this layout is just for the phone because I'm doing the demonstration on the phone. I think if you're doing this on a tablet, it's going to be in landscape orientation, and the grid size will be 5 across and 3 down, so 5x3, and then I think the dock also holds 5 icons. So now I'm going to back out of editing mode.
Save your changes or discard them. Cancel. Button. Discard. Button. Save. Button.
I'm going to hit save.
Saved. Home screen for Samsung Kids. Gift box.
And now, this is kind of cute. If you add a new app to the home screen, it will just appear as a present. So TalkBack is reading gift box. So
Gift box.
both of these apps that I added, I'm swiping back and forth between them,
Gift box.
they just show up as presents. So the first time they activate it, it does an animation where it shows you the app. So it unwrapped the present, and inside was Disney's Coloring World. And then
Gift box.
I'm assuming that's what it was. Let's see.
Disney Coloring World.
Yeah. So then same thing
Gift box.
for this one. Unwrap it. And there's Disney Plus. And then, of course, if you tap on it now, it will open that app. So I'm going to open an app just to show you.
Disney Plus.
Once you're in an app,
On the home screen. Secrets of the Octopus. Select for details on this title.
just like you would on any other launcher, to go back to the home screen, you just hit home. If you have a home button, you hit it, or do the home gesture. So I'm going to do the home gesture.
Home screen for Samsung Kids. Disney Plus.
And that takes me back to the Samsung Kids home screen. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, if you want to get to your actual home screen, you would have to back out from here, from this home screen. Okay, so going back into more options to see the last few things in here.
Pop-up window. Change wallpaper button. More apps for kids button.
After add and edit apps, we have a place where we can double tap to go to more apps for kids. This will basically just take you to the Samsung Galaxy Store and show you some kid-friendly apps you can download if you're looking for some. Next we have
Settings button.
And then last we have,
Close Samsung Kids button.
so you can close it from here if you want to, but I'm going to show you settings. There's just a couple things in here.
Settings button. Settings. Scan your fingerprint. Settings. Navigate up. Button.
We have,
Lock type for parental controls.
here's where you can change whether you want to use your biometrics or whether you want to set up a PIN specific to Samsung Kids.
Reset Samsung Kids. Reset Samsung Kids and all related settings.
Here you can just reset all the settings.
Add Samsung Kids to app screen. Off switch.
And here's where you can go in to change whether or not it shows up in your apps drawer. And then we have the usual
About Samsung Kids.
about and
Contact us.
contact. Going back to the home screen.
Home screen for Samsung Kids. More options. Button.
Now before we finish up, I'll show you these 3 apps that are in the dock by default.
My phone.
Going into the phone app,
My phone. Add allowed contacts. Button.
So near the top right is where you would add a contact.
Dial button. Disabled.
This dial button is disabled,
No contacts. Add
and
people to call.
there's no contact, so you can't do anything in here yet. Like I said, all they can do is call people you've added, so
Add allowed contacts. Button.
I'll add someone real quick.
Samsung Kids. Settings. Add contacts
It
you
asked for
allow
my
your kid to
fingerprint.
call.
So I put my fingerprint on there.
Add button.
I'm going to hit the add button. So this is the list of allowed contacts. I'm going to hit add.
Select contact. Not check select all contacts checkbox.
I don't want I don't want all my contacts in there.
Not checked checkbox John Dyer. Check.
I've checked John Dyer. That's actually my dad. So grandpa. Then at the bottom,
Done. Button. Contacts. Add button.
and then backing out of here,
My phone. Add allowed contacts. Button.
now we have a contact on this screen.
John Dyer.
And if they tap that, it will call him. But I will not do that now. Going back to the home screen.
Home screen for Samsung Kids. My phone. My camera.
Now going into the camera app. This is just a basic app.
My camera. Selected. Photo preview.
So
Using rear camera.
I have it on photo right now. If I swipe to the left with two fingers.
Video preview.
So those are the two modes you have.
Photo preview.
And then if you swipe right,
Video preview button.
you could change it with a button.
Take a picture button.
There's the take a picture button
Switch to front camera button.
and switch camera button.
Effects button.
And then effects, this is where they can do silly things like have sunglasses and then line it up with their face if they're taking out a selfie. That sort of thing. So I'm just going
Take a picture button.
to take a picture. And then swiping left.
Quick view button.
Quick view, this will take you to your pictures in your gallery. I'm going to swipe left with two fingers.
Video preview.
Record a video real quick.
Record button.
Just testing a video, and I'm going to double tap again to stop it. So I did feel a vibration when I started and stopped the video, although TalkBack didn't say it, which honestly is kind of a good thing. You don't have to have that in your video. But yeah, just a very simple app. But going back to the home screen, and I'll show you the last thing.
Home screen for Samsung Kids. My camera. My gallery.
Gallery.
My gallery. My gallery. List view button.
I guess that was
List
just
view.
a cool gallery noise. And we have two items here.
Today, 20,240,423_95,000. Today, 20,240,000.
So both things I took, the photos or videos, will all show up here together. And then at the bottom there's two tabs.
Selected. Pictures. Tab 1 of 2 tab.
Pictures, although it shows pictures and videos.
Albums. Tab 2 of 2 tab.
And then albums. And up near the top right you have a couple of options.
Camera button. Camera.
That'll take you to the camera.
Add button. Add allowed media files.
This will, as the parent, will let you add photos, videos that you want them to have access to, even if they haven't taken them from their camera.
List view button. List view.
And this just changes the view if you'd rather have a list view instead of the thumbnail view. I won't go into any of these, but trust me, as you've seen, I'm pretty impressed with this app. It's very accessible, which I like. So, whether your kid requires TalkBack or not, it will work for them. And, as the parent, it's nice to be able to go into what they're going to be using and see what it's like and see what's in there. So I appreciate that Samsung has really made this very accessible. So that brings us to the end of this demonstration. And if you're still with me, you must have kids and you must have a Samsung device or are considering a Samsung device. So I appreciate you listening, and I hope this has been helpful.